Hi, thank you so much for having me, Ava.
Thank you for being here today. He is a team member with the nonprofit organization Caritas Smile. I did a little feature about Caritas Smile in the past, and they're just such a wonderful organization that I wanted to have you guys back to talk about some of the programs that you are offering. So for people who might not be familiar with Caritas Smile, tell us a little bit about what the mission is of the organization.
Sure, so the mission is to educate and empower mainly women and children, but obviously everyone. And it started off, most of our programs currently are in the Dominican Republic, but we also have programs in other countries around South America. But I actually was just recently brought on as CMO because I went on a trip, which we'll talk about a little bit. And I was so inspired that I wanted to help out in every single way that I could. And so we'll be focusing mainly on Dominican Republic to start. That's where I went. It was amazing.
Excellent. Yeah, I love Caritas Smile. Their sort of motto is like, you offer random acts of kindness, which is just such a wonderful, with all the organizations out there, with all these different causes, it's just such a nice thing to just put out into the world community.
Yeah, my favorite part about it is actually the fact that it shows that any person, no matter who you are, whether you have a lot of money, no money, a lot of time, a little bit of time, every single person can make an impact and actually do something. Like, it doesn't take a superhero to give a baseball to a kid. But at the same time, that does make you a superhero, right? So it's really
especially
kind of
to that kid.
Yeah, and it's amazing. I have a funny little story if we can get to it eventually about it. I love it. I love it.
That's great.
Yeah, so there's many moments that stick out from the trip that I remember, but one in particular that I remember is we gave, I don't even remember the team, I think it was an Atlanta Braves hat, so sorry Boston Red Sox fans, but they like angels, they're into angels, so anything with an A on it they love, and we gave this hat to a kid, and he ran up to his home, and as we were driving away in the bus, we saw him with the hat on.
Aww.
And it was like right away, I was like, wow, I talked to Sixia,
Yeah.
who's the founder of, Sixia Divine is the founder of the nonprofit. And I was like, he's going to wear that hat like forever, isn't he?
Yeah.
And she's like, yep, he is. So.
Oh my gosh, it's great.
Super cool. Super cool opportunity.
So the program is Take a Trip, Change a Life. And this is the program that you guys offer for volunteers to go to Dominican Republic, other areas as well, but primarily Dominican Republic, and just help the communities with a variety of different things. It's basically like, how do you guys decipher? Is it need-based, so you go there and see what they need most, or do you sort of predetermine how you're going to help that particular community?
Yeah, Sixia is, we go and focus mainly on Monsión, or at least we did this time. I don't want to speak in too broad brush over everything, but yeah, she's really ingrained in that community, and through her network, she works with nuns. We're a secular organization, but still it's a great resource. Our bus comes from a monastery down the street or whatever. So, so she knows a lot about the community and the people and the culture. And based on that, and also we'd, every girl wants little dolls and every boy wants little, action figures and everything. So we go and we have suitcases full of all that stuff. And then also there's some things that they just need, like diapers and essentials and stuff that we also bring with us. And it's just really cool, a great opportunity.
Yeah, and some of the things that you're offering are things like art classes, and you're teaching them English, different types of like educational programs.
Yeah, absolutely. So education is super important because our goal is to not only go and just give a gift to a child, which is super powerful, but we want to empower and educate those children so that they can become, the next layer of moving these people towards, just improving their lives. And the same way we go, the trip is called Take a Trip, Change a Life, and it's a double entendre because we're changing their lives, but also every single person who goes on the trip gets their lives changed as well, and it's through actually really truly helping, and not just giving a kid a doll, but sitting down and a kid who has what we would think of as nothing, giving them a paintbrush and a paint, just letting them kind of express themselves and just talk and communicate. Empowering is the word. It's really special. I'm going to keep using probably the same buzzwords over and over again. My vocabulary is a little weak, I guess, in the afternoon, but so cool to see the way that they handle like just getting the gifts and the way that it's super fun.
So the trip that you just went on was your first time going on that. So was it Was it what you expected? Was it not what you expected?
There were parts of it that I did expect because Sixia does a very good job of explaining what to expect.
Yeah.
But there's also parts of it where there's really no way to describe, like, it puts things in perspective, right? Like, I was in traffic like 2 days after I got home and feeling like everyone knows, especially Providence driving down here, right? Like everyone knows traffic and that feeling you get, that like illogical anger that you get in traffic.
Yes.
And I just had, like going to a place like Dominican Republic and seeing kids who literally don't have cement floors, or like their kitchen is right next to the, like their bed is in the kitchen, is in the living room, and the, you know, so just see that puts things in perspective and makes it realize that we really are super fortunate to be here. And again, the problem with what I used to think about like volunteering was like, you need to do so much to make an impact, where you really don't. Like, whether it's just a few dollars here, or, I mean, obviously money is always valuable. Being a nonprofit, we love getting supported, but every single person that goes on these trips, like, I know I'm a different, hopefully better person. Depends on who you talk to, I guess. But I know that I'm a different person than I was, even though I was only there for 5 days.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about how people can get involved. I know there are a few trips that are planned for the summertime. So are there any limitations to who can volunteer for this?
I would say the only limitation would be, there is a bit, it's warm, it's warm, so if you don't like beautiful weather, that would be one. Another one would be, there is a bit of walking around. Like, we're not, I never once felt uncomfortable or unsafe or anything like that, ever, at all. But you are doing a bit of walking around. Like, it's, you're not in, what is it, Punta Cana or whatever, like you're not in a resort. You're, you know, the bus will drop you off and you'll walk around the town square and you'll meet people. So if you like literally can't maneuver, like walk that well, I would say that would really be the only restriction, in my opinion.
There are also some programs that Caritas Smile offers here in Rhode Island, and what I love about the programs in general is there's always an element of surprise. So they sort of keep the element of surprise to the community that they're going into, so they don't really know that they're going to be receiving gifts. So tell us a little bit about the things that you can do here in Rhode Island.
So in Rhode Island, we also have a gift-giving program very similar to what we do in Dominican Republic that happens on Christmas. I think it's Christmas Eve. Again, I'm new. So, so I believe it's Christmas Eve or Christmas Day where they go around and they pick, it's totally random. Then there's also Cocktails for a Cause, which is like a networking event for Sixia's background is in marketing and advertising and business building. So she connects business owners with a purpose, more than just networking for the sake of building our businesses, but also for the sake of finding something bigger than yourself that you can support with your business, right? Your growing success of the business.
And are there other things that people can do to help support Caritas Smile if they can't volunteer? Are there donations? Do you guys take donations of toys and clothes?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and it's so cool because what happens is if you give something like, let's say, a doll or a bunch of dolls or diapers or whatever, like, we take tons of pictures, so you'll actually be able to see.
Oh my gosh, it's so sweet. Yeah.
Like the doll you bought will be given to a real kid, and it'll really make them smile and really make them feel like the best that they've maybe ever felt, and for you to be able to do that with something so simple. So yes, any donations of any, like, you know, formula, diapers, clothing. No, it doesn't matter the size. It can be hand-me-downs. It can be new clothes. It can be any type of thing like that. And then obviously capital is very much appreciated as well, because just because like there's a difference between, you know, making a difference and being totally like free. So it's like it can't be totally, just because there, you know, things cost money. Of course. Right, diapers and
and there's a lot of planning that goes into these events and trips.
So that's the big ones. Yeah, things that we can actually give, and I can't guarantee you'll get a picture with your gift being given, but I can guarantee it will be given, and it will be given to someone, like you said. That's one of the things that's so special. It's not thought out. Like, they'll literally, we were driving around on the bus, and there was kids, just had gotten out of school. Yeah. Maybe like 25 kids, and we pulled over, and just like took out stuff and they ran across the street.
Oh
it's
my
like,
gosh.
it's like, oh my God, you cry tears of joy when you see it. And
Yeah.
it's just all the cliches that you've heard, they're all true, for the record.
If you were wondering, they're all true.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. So the trips that are coming up, are they all in the Dominican Republic? Are they in different
Yeah,
areas?
there's 2 in June,
Okay.
1 planned for July, and 1 in August.
Okay. Great.
Knowing the months is not. my thing. So
No,
yeah, so
better
far
than-
there's 4 planned, and the goal is to get it up to every 2 weeks have a group going
Oh,
to the
wow.
Dominican Republic.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We will have all the information on how you can sign up for the Take a Trip, Change a Life
Yeah.
program. We'll also offer all of the information for Caritas Smile if you want to make a donation or just any way that you want to get involved. Yeah, thank you so much. This is a nice little segue because our next guest is actually the spokesperson for Caritas Smile. I'm very excited to speak to her. So Ben, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
We're going to take a very quick pause. We're going to get set up to speak with our next guest, and we'll be right back.